Resonators are essential for racking up damage during melee-focused encounters in Horizon Forbidden West. Plus, they're super satisfying to trigger amidst your melee combo chains. They can often stagger small and medium machines, plus you can get some insanely cinematic takedowns with them. But they've got a bit more depth and nuance to them than you might think. In this video, we'll talk about the best ways to build up spear energy, the bonus damage from Resonator attachments, and all the secret ways you can trigger them. So let's dive in and find out all that we can about melee Resonators in Horizon Forbidden West. Resonators are temporary energy points that can be attached to enemies with a heavy attack while having full spear energy. The energy point can then be triggered to inflict some solid damage. To use Resonators, you'll need the Resonator Blast skill unlocked from the warrior skill tree. Once unlocked, Aloy's spear will have the potential to build up energy. Energy levels are represented by the rings at the spear's base, which automatically fill after each successful melee attack. You'll need 4 rings to attach a Resonator, and the rate at which energy builds will vary amongst the different types of melee attacks. Light attacks, for example, provide much smaller amounts of energy gain, while heavy attacks and combos provide noticeably more. But the best way to gain spear energy is by manually charging it with a power attack. When initiating a power attack, you'll notice that Aloy's spear gains a single ring for every initiation of the attack. You can then dodge to cancel the initiation stance that Aloy is in, and repeat the process to charge her spear to its max level. The Oseram Striker has a built-in Resonator buildup perk that increases energy buildup by 50%, making it a great outfit choice for attaching Resonators more frequently. Plus, if you have the 2 passive Resonator buildup skills unlocked, energy buildup will further increase up to 150%, allowing Aloy to now reach full spear energy after landing just a single power attack. So now that her spear has 4 rings, she can attach a Resonator with any of her heavy attacks. This includes all the basic heavy attacks as well as the heavy attacks used amongst combos like the Aerial Slash, Block Breaker, and Nora Warrior. Once an attachment is made, the spear's energy levels will be reset, and the rings will need to be regained to attach another. One thing you may not know is that Resonator attachments deal damage on top of the heavy attack used to attach them, and this added damage varies amongst the various types of heavy attacks. When striking an unarmored part of a machine's body with both melee and Resonator damage at the maximum of level 4, a basic heavy attack that attaches a Resonator will deal 183 damage. Compared to the 85 damage dealt without the attachment, this is a pretty significant increase. The Oseram Striker does have an unlockable +2 Resonator damage weave, which I prefer to remove and equipped on the Oseram Forester outfit. It nicely complements its built-in melee damage and Resonator blast perks, plus this outfit has stamina regen and weapon stamina plus, which in my opinion makes it a better melee outfit, especially if you enjoy using weapon techniques. So now that you've got some Resonators attached, you'll want to trigger them. Resonators eat the projectile used to cause the trigger, so unfortunately you cannot line up multiple Resonators and trigger them with a single projectile. Now, just about all of Aloy's ranged weapons can trigger these Resonators, with the exception of elemental arrows, bolts, wires, and bombs. Instead, you'll want to use a weapon that deals impact damage like a bow, shredder gauntlet, spike thrower, or bolt blaster. Hunter and warrior bows will be the most obvious choice since these weapon types have great accuracy and draw speeds. Plus, they're super friendly to use after jump offs or when Aloy launches herself from a grapple point. But there's other really unique ways to trigger Resonators. Using stagger beams, for example, is one of them. You can place a few wires at various heights and lure machines to walk through them to trigger a Resonator. You can get some pretty unique encounters by doing this, especially in areas that encourage this type of wire placement. This Claw Strider site northeast of Plainsong is my personal favorite for doing this, so definitely give it a try. Tear Blast arrows are another unique ammo type for triggering Resonators. Tear Blast arrows cause a contained blast of tear damage, but deal a very small amount of impact damage as well. If you can get multiple Resonators close enough to one another, you can incur multiple triggers with a single Tear Blast arrow. It works more often than not, but sometimes it does fail. My guess is that one of the Resonators is eating the Tear Blast before it even has the chance to trigger the others, so there's definitely room for error with this method. You'll probably first come across these arrow types on the Cleaving Sharpshot bow. You can run a couple draw speed coils on it to complement its built-in draw speed perk to get its Tear Blast arrows off much faster. Shredder gauntlets can also be used to trigger multiple Resonators stacked on top of one another, since they inflict multiple hits if fully drawn. Plus, they're the only ammo type in the game that won't get eaten by the Resonator, and by utilizing this unique feature, you're able to trigger Resonators without expending any resources, so long as you can catch the Shredder on its return. Now, Resonators work on human enemies as well, but they do have have some differences that should be mentioned. For starters, they're much smaller in size compared to machine resonators. Inherently, this makes them a tad more difficult to trigger with less precise ranged weapons like warrior bows. Furthermore, resonators bind to a specific body part when attached, like an arm, leg, torso, and sometimes even their head. More often than not, these body parts will have armor plates covering them, which can often be problematic for the subsequent triggers. A lot of the times, the projectile will hit the armor plating instead, but an easy way to avoid this mishap altogether is to use a type of piercing ammo like strike-through arrows. Then you won't have to worry about accidentally hitting the armor, since the arrow will pass right through it and trigger the resonator. You can also use the previously mentioned tear blast arrows to tear off any armor plating they may have on their body, while at the same time triggering the resonator. And finally, I want to briefly touch on the Melee Might Valor Surge, which grants unlimited spear energy when fully upgraded for constant resonator attachments. It also grants a 300% increase to melee damage, which does include attachment damage, so you'll want to prioritize heavy attacks as much as you can while this Valor Surge is active. Power attacks also trigger knockdowns far easier, and during the knockdown state, you can run in and easily attach a couple resonators without having to worry about incoming attacks from the enemy. Resonator blast damage unfortunately does not receive any damage buffs, but being able to attach them constantly does make up for this. Melee resonators are extremely fun to use and have a bit more nuance to them than you may have initially thought. All the unique ways in which you can trigger them gives the combat a newfound edge that's exciting and refreshing. If you're looking for more Horizon Forbidden West melee content, then consider checking out some of the other videos I've got here on the channel. Plus, I've got some more on the way as well. And lastly, as always, thanks for tuning in today. I'll see you all in the next one.